Are you tired of money controlling your life instead of you controlling your money? Today we're diving into one of the biggest marriage battlegrounds, finances. Discover how your self-control can transform your financial future and bring peace to your home. Let's get started.
Welcome to Bringing Hope Home. We're Bryce and Colette Schaffer, and we're on a mission to bring God's hope, healing, and practical strategies right into your living room.
Hello, welcome back to Bringing Hope Home. And today we're continuing your self-control and talking about a big one of finances.
Right. Finance is one of the top 3 or 4 issues in a marriage that really can be a stumbling block or something that can propel you to greater success. And it's not about the amount of money. It's about what you do with your money. That's the key to all of this. Again, I could go greater success if I had more money. Nope, that's not the issue. Don't buy that lie. So
Right.
we're here today to talk about that. And again, it's all about self-control, the fruit of the Spirit. You have the ability through Christ, naturally we do have the ability for self-control. But our society is a now society, feed my flesh society, give it to me now, and that is unhealthy in lots of different ways. And one of the ways we trigger ourselves is in the area of finances to really dictate unhealthily, if I can use that word, make up a word, where we're at in our lives. And it's a coping mechanism, it's a soothing mechanism, but we find when we do that, we can sometimes bury ourselves in deeper unhealthy situations.
Well, it's so easy now, right? I mean, your information is in your phone or on Amazon, and you can just click and it's done.
No
our
pain.
spending, no pain, because we don't have to, not cash, it's just
Right.
kind of out there. And so spending can really, unless we're really self-controlled on it, it can get out of control really, really quickly.
And then the devil works its way into those finances and digs a bigger hole.
Yeah.
And so you have to choose to stop and turn it around before it gets even worse. And so, the self-control in finances becomes a battleground that I think is never ending.
And I think for us, personally, it took really wanting to get our finances under control, but it took self-control to say, these are the steps that we're going to do to stop the leak.
Stop the bleeding.
And to build up into, this is the plan that we're going to do to get out of debt. And, we stayed out and been successful in that because we were purposeful. I remember this kind of the drawing the line in the sand and saying, we're going to do this. We have to have self-control. And it wasn't necessarily that
never
we
bad.
spent too much, but self-control and just not letting money run us, but we were going to run it and tell it where it was going to go.
Right. Yeah, I think Dave Ramsey was, if you're needing a little start boost, he's a great start resource for you to get on. There's others out there that do the same thing on different levels. But you certainly first, and I think you said it really well, you have to make the choice to tell your money where to go instead of your money telling you. And so, the Bible talks about money being the root of all evil, the love of money. There it is. Love of money being the root of all issues. So it's a heart issue, not money itself is the issue.
Yeah, a lot of people think that the Bible says, the money is, being rich is the heart of is wrong, because the Bible says, the rich person, it's harder to enter heaven. And no, if you go back and read, it says the love of money, and it's putting your trust in money more than God.
Right. And so you don't want to do that. You want to Make sure your heart is right, your motives are right, and where you spend your money, where your treasure is, there your heart is also. So when you look at your checkbook, when you look at your spending habits, it's going to tell you a lot. And that's the first place to start, is where are your spending habits? What is the pattern of your month? And take take a hard look at where things are going. And some things are out of your control. We get that. Things happen. But at the same time, you can start to pick up on nuances of where you're at by taking that hard look and seeing your priorities with your money, for sure. And then we do, a marriage, course that we take people through called the Symbis Report. When you ask us to help you with marriage issues. And one of the things that they talk about is, are you a dynamic, saver or spender? Mm-hmm. What kind of person are you? And it's really cool if you and your spouse are on opposite sides. One's a spender and one's a saver. But a lot of times, you're the same. Mm-hmm. And it's okay if you're both a saver. That is pretty safe. But if you're a spender and don't have the self-control, and you're both that way, you better put some guardrails up on your spending habits, for sure, and understand what your money's doing.
Yeah.
And that's key. As long as you understand what you're doing, understand what's happening, understand what the ramifications of this are going to be. Then and if you both nod your head, yes, then okay.
Well, a lot of personalities, they want the fun. If you're into Enneagram, like the Enneagram 7s, they're all about spontaneity and having fun, and that can cost, because their spontaneity usually costs some money, or let's just do this, or let's do this. Yeah. And so plan out, some maybe not financial things that you can also be spur of the moment.
Right. And then maybe plan in your finances. And at first it might budget in the fun. But only, again, budget that and make sure a self-control, you stay to that budget. If it's $50 a month, don't go over. Well, this month I want to do this. I'm sick of doing these little things. Okay, then don't do anything this month, and then next month you have 100. Again, self-control is the key, because once you get to 100, guess what you're going to want to do? Spend 200. I mean, it doesn't matter what level you're at, there's another level. And so, again, it's about, Paul talks about in Philippians, I'm content. You don't have to be satisfied, but you do need to learn to be content, because, again, then it's a hard issue.
Yep. The next one is creating a unified financial vision. Unified financial vision. So what does that mean? Well, again, in the Marriage Builders course, we go through writing your vision for your marriage and your home and everything. And the finances is actually a part of that. What does it look like? What do we want to have money to do?
Right.
What is important to us? Do we want to take the big vacations? Do we want to take a missions trip? Do we want to give? Do we want to have extra to give here and there? What are our goals financially? And so that's a huge one, to be on the same page with your goals and with your vision. Do you want to be able to pay for your kids' college? Or, some of those things, they need to be talked about and planned out before you get to X, Y, or Z.
Right. And the best thing then to do once you make the plan is then to write it down. A lot of people, like if it's a vacation, they put a picture of that vacation spot up on their refrigerator or somewhere. So you keep it in front of you so you don't choose to slip up. Another way to do it is you get a financial planner and you get things taken out of your check every month, or your checking account every month. so you don't even see it. It's an automatic something. There's ways to help you facilitate your goals if you're willing to be diligent and
It reminds me
self-controlled.
of our first year of marriage. We were college students, and our choir, we were both in the choir at college, was taking a trip to the British Isle, Scotland, England, and Wales. And so we were excited. We were going to go and had to raise all this money and everything. And being newlyweds, of course, we didn't have much
No.
money. But we planned, we scheduled, we budgeted. And I think we ate very little. I mean, we were eating.
I remember one week we had $7 for food.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy in today's economy. So it would be way more than that today. But
yeah, I think we had mac and cheese and
Yeah.
ramen noodles and
Right.
whatever. But we had a goal in mind
Mhm.
to be able to go on this trip.
And then the sacrifice, the self-control, it was worth it because we were a team to
Yeah.
get this done.
It was fun then when we got to go and enjoy that time.
Mhm. Yep, for sure.
Mm.
Another one, the power of budgeting the meetings.
Having a meeting.
Having meetings. Budget that a budget meeting.
Mhm.
And sometimes at first you probably need to do it weekly, but then as you get going, you can do it monthly and then yearly as you become more self-controlled and more self-aware of your financial situation. Again, especially early on in a marriage, you're not as aware of all the bills and everything that comes up. You might forget that you have car license plate tags due this month, or your homeowner's insurance is due this month, but it's not due every month. Those kind of things. So taking time to learn and to program and to budget all those things is key. And then those budget moments, don't even call it a budget meeting, call it a check-in.
Well, and then you can look at, okay, where have we been spending as well? And kind of look at it without accusing the other person.
Yep.
We don't want to accuse, but okay, did you really need this?
Right.
Or what was this for? And just kind of accountability is good.
Yep. And so I was going to say with this, don't hide money from each other or accounts from each other.
And this wasn't on our notes, but
No.
I think it's important too to have joint account. There's so many that we see that have their separate checking accounts or bank accounts, and you are one.
Yeah.
The two of you are one. And again, going to the money, the being of the heart issue, your finances being separate is a real tell of your marriage.
Where your heart is.
Where your heart is.
We're separate, but we're together.
And so that doesn't work.
The devil will use that one way or another.
Yep.
And we get it when you're 50, 60 years old.
Right,
and
that's
found
different.
So that's a different.
Second.
There's a different situation. But even that, there should be then a mine and a yours and an ours. And we're going to come together in an ours for the day-to-day stuff. And again, and either way, you don't hide things from each other. And if you both want some fun spending money where the other one doesn't care, well, then open that up and say, this is what we're going to do. This is how you get yours, I get this, but it's this much. It's set. We see it. And then they spend it however they want. That's okay. But hiding things is never good in a marriage.
Right.
Never good.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, those regular check-ins are good. Not accusing each other, but just a photo of what happened this day, this week, this year. And if not, you slip up. We've done that where we've had a little extra money and we stop looking at our finances and having a check-in and we go, oh boy, did we just really spend that kind of money doing those piddly things? And so, it's self-control of figuring those things out.
Yeah.
And then lastly, teach your kids these things. If you have kids still, share with them budgeting techniques and what, for their level where you're at with things and how to do savings and to figure things out and not to have things instantly.
Right. And that's a huge thing of teaching that it's not instant gratification, seeing something and wanting it
And just getting it.
and getting it. You know, there needs to be a wait. Um, and that's important. That kind of goes to the 24-hour purchase rule that we have for,
We've
big
done
purchases.
it many times.
Yeah. And I need that. I tell you what, because sometimes emotions get there and, you see something scrolling on Instagram and it's like, ooh, that would be good. I need that. And so then you go for it.
Those instant purchases are not good. You need to walk away.
Right. And like big purchases, especially, a vehicle,
a home.
Some of those things you need to sit on it. And if they are pressuring you to buy, that's, turn around.
Right. And then you need to check in, even to pause, like it's a home. Well, this one already has a couple offers. If you want to put one in, we got to do it today.
Right.
They might be honest with that. Well, then just say, I need to go to the other side of the house with my spouse and pray and just check in with the Holy Spirit. Because he knows what's coming. He knows what's best. He knows if this is the house for you or the situation for you. If it's on Instagram and they say, well, this offer ends, and they always have those timers or whatever, that is a ploy to get you to purchase now, because they know quick purchases, we're prone to doing those quick knee-jerk responses.
And put the pressure, it's just a...
And usually those they're going to come back and give you another chance anyway. And just know that. And if you miss out, say, well, that's okay. I missed out this time. But that's better than the alternative in my life. And again, hold each other accountable on that. We've walked out of a store at a mall because we really want something, but we walked out and then we've come back and said, this is it, and that's okay too. But, so it's an instant purchase, but we chose to walk away.
And most big purchases, I would say every big purchase, we try to talk to each other before, and it's usually budgeted, or it's not just an instant. You bought a boat? What?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about this? No, there's any big purchase we're going to talk about. And the thing we haven't talked about here when we're discussing finances too is make sure that you're a tither. And that's not really it's kind of self-control. But practice putting that first. When you giving back, again, it's a heart issue. It's not about the money the church doesn't need my money. It's not about that. It's about saying, God, I trust you.
Right.
I love you and I thank you for everything that you have given me. And I trust you with my finances, that I'm going to give in faith. And I'm going to say, I want you to be a part of my finances. So I'm giving you access here by giving in faith. And so that is just a huge practice, and really in self-control too, because when you first start, if you haven't been a tither, you first start and you're like, oh, that's a lot of money. I could be using it somewhere else.
That's $300 as a tenth. Well, $300 is half a week's groceries.
Right.
Or, it's our cell phone bill or our cable bill and you say, well, I need that. But again, then you need to decide what's a need and a want and a desire, and what can we save, what do we, all those other things come playing in. And again, you give access to God and let him talk to you with your finances and be a co-joint heir with your finances. You're going to find he's going to...
he says in Malachi 3:10, test me in this.
He's going to bless you.
Yeah.
And you're going to see great harvest from your obedience there and your self-control.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. Well, again, we talk about this too in our Marriage Builders course. So, and like we said last week, this is in a new PDF format and And with the new PDF format of the course, it lowered the price. So it's only $47. You still get the videos, you still get everything. It's just in a different format. So you can download the PDFs.
It's more on you to figure it out, and we just have it there accessible.
Yep, the worksheets, and it has a QR code that goes to the videos is how it does it now. So we go through all of this with the more in-depth and with worksheets that you can go along with and
help be starters for you and your spouse.
That's right. So take advantage of that. We'll put the links down below.
Right.
That you can.
Right. And if you like this content, share it, subscribe to it, let others know. It's very important for us to get that word out, and you can be a part of that with us. So, all right. Until next time, remember to bring hope home to your life today.
If you're listening on the Apple Podcast app, give us a 5-star rating and drop a review. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a follow. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. See you next week.